know what, Jamie? I want to do some fishing.
Hey, man, so do I. You know what I heard?
What?
If it smells, it sells.
I mean, but we did kind of do some fishing via the supermarket.
That's right.
I mean, we did try fishing last weekend. That didn't turn out too well for us.
Yeah, I don't know what character I was going with that. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It was
I wasn't
offensive.
feeling
It was weird. It was creepy.
I mean, people by now should be used to you being a little creepy.
That's true. Hi, I'm Jamie,
And I'm Matt.
and we are
Shade Tree Chefs.
All
You know what's
right.
funny? It's one of us does it just randomly, and it's we don't
You
get caught off
You
guard.
just do it. You just get into it. Right on. All right. Today we have glorious fish tacos.
Fish tacos.
No, fish tacos. It's not like ground beef tacos, which you're used to in your kitchen. You get a pound of beef, you get some lettuce, tomato, onion, cut it all up, brown the beef, you throw some some Cormick seasoning on there.
Right.
Some taco seasoning.
Which I don't like personally.
You buy a pack of 10 taco shells, boom.
There it is. Quick dinner.
10, $12, dinner.
Yeah, so it's like, hey, what are we gonna do? And we started throwing a few ideas around, and fish tacos came up.
How many have you had fish tacos before?
I think I tried it once, but it was like beer battered, and I don't remember because up until we did the blackened catfish, I didn't eat fish.
You're not a big fish guy. That's right.
I wasn't, and I ate it, and I was very surprised. And I've eaten fish now 5 times since
5
we've done
times.
it.
Dang. You know what? Side topic. Go to Costco. They have amazing fish sticks.
Yeah, I don't know if I like fish sticks though.
Fish sticks, applesauce, classic.
Yeah,
Classic meal.
I mean, I remember that as a kid. No,
Let's do it, man. Do it.
No,
That's
I don't know.
That's
if
a
I could
$2
eat that.
meal right there.
Yeah, maybe you buy them, and one time when I'm
Hey, what
over
do you-
and you're cooking for your kids,
What are
I'll
you doing
try
this-
one.
What are you doing this weekend? You wanna come over for dinner?
Some fish sticks.
Hey, I'm not telling you what we're having. You just gonna
Okay,
come
I just
over.
gotta come over.
It's gonna be
Like,
dinner and a movie. Yeah.
all right, there we go.
Yeah.
As long as there's some like fries or something with it.
Some fries.
Yeah, and then you got to take what is it? Is it mayonnaise and ketchup? Mix it together. That way, it's good on the fish
Secret
and the
sauce?
fries.
Oh, snap. Yes. All right. So, yeah, you heard it right. We're doing fish tacos. And what kind of fish? I wonder, I've had it before, and we don't live by the ocean. So, for us to have fish tacos, it's going to be fish that's been caught, probably, I don't know, weeks ago.
Well,
They-
it
they
depends what
freeze
type
it.
of fish. I mean, if it's a freshwater fish, we're right here on Lake Michigan, so like salmon's pretty easy for us to get.
It's true.
I'm not the biggest fish fan. I couldn't tell you what's all fresh and what's all
Now, what are the,
like perch. I know is a lake fish.
how many different kinds of fish can you have
Oh, there's tons
on
of.
fish tacos? Like, what goes good with a fish taco?
Oh, I don't know. It's the first time having a fish taco.
All right, we need to do some research.
Yeah. So
We had, what do we have? We chose,
we chose cod. So I
Cod.
seen 2 things. So it's like idea came up. I seen a recipe. I linked it, or maybe I did it that first. Like I linked a few different things,
yeah, I don't know how we came about that, but it was like,
and then I'm like,
let's do
wait,
fish tacos.
I don't want to go off the first recipe I seen. So look a few up. It was between tilapia and cod.
And I thought you were going to bring tilapia.
I went with the cod.
You went with cod.
Like, you know what? When in Rome.
Win in the ocean. Win in Rome.
So a little not bad prices, about $1 more per pound than the tilapia.
Okay.
So I said, well, we'll get that. So the thing is then we're looking at these recipes. I linked you what, 4
Probably
or 5,
many.
and it's like, well, which one? Like I don't eat fish all that much, and I've never had a fish taco.
It boils down to find common ingredients. Sorry, I looked away. A bug kind of landed on me. You find common ingredients that we're recording outside right now. If you can hear the birds, chirp, chirp,
So-
chirp, chirp. Sorry, distracted.
Shade Tree Chef first
Yes.
original recipe.
Original recipe. Fish tacos.
Fish tacos.
No, we found many recipes, and we're
Yeah.
like, all right, what's the commonality here? Find the fish.
We just went with it.
And we went with the ingredients that we wanted on our fish tacos, and we decided we're going to go with cod.
We went with cod.
And the shells that you got were the little tiny ones.
You know what?
I didn't expect
I'm
tiny
sitting
shells.
there, and I'm like, a lot of them said to have the corn tortillas, some said flour. So I grab a pack of one, and then I'm looking, and I'm like, oh wait, I see the little ones. I'm like, well, these are on sale. It's like I could get one packet of each of these for the price of one packet of normal shells.
Cheap, 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 cheap.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
fine.
man, a deal's a deal.
It worked.
Deal's a deal.
I mean, I was just feeding you.
I'm not talking trash.
So I was like,
I am talking trash.
And
man.
well, I mean, to be honest, like, how do we know we are even going to like this?
True. This might be a
And the
fail
kids,
recipe.
and we're at your house, so the kids will love the little tacos, the little taco shells.
Don't tell them what's inside, right? Hey, kids,
Well,
I got tacos.
maybe not with the fish, but
Yeah.
either way, it'd be fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, decide. So I'll go to the grocery store. I pick up. The thought was like I see people marinate the fish, right? That was one thing I seen. Or season. I said, nope, we're not gonna. Let's stay away from marinating it. Let's get this. Us not huge fish fans get the full effect of that fish.
Yeah, and that's another option too, is going with the marinade, and I've seen that. And that's I think the version that I had when I had fish tacos at one
Yeah.
time was a marinated fish taco,
Right. Or breaded.
So- or breaded. Breaded's an
And
option.
we said no. We kind of want the fish to be its own. We'll just season it, but the fish to be the fish.
let a fish
unaltered.
be a fish.
Yeah, just let them. It was swimming around, probably cold a lot.
Yeah.
And then it gets hooked or netted,
Yep.
and it's scared, and then you're gonna drown it again
Right.
in some sort of weird marinade.
Fish have feelings, man.
Right. I mean, at one point it might have. But so yeah, we're just gonna season it.
All right. So overall, what did we have with our ingredients? Give me a breakdown of our. So you made a sauce. We had our toppings. We had the
Yes.
fish, and we had the little baby shells.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
What was? Tell me about the sauce.
Sauce. So I seen several variants of it. So what seemed common with it, and some used yogurt, right? So I seen yogurt with mayonnaise. So what I settled on was it was at the same point. It's like, okay, I think of a fish taco. I'm still kind of thinking Mexican.
Sure.
So I went with sour cream. It was a half cup of sour cream, a third cup of mayonnaise, and then the juice of one lime.
Okay.
And then, not going to lie to you, it was seasoned to taste. We did some garlic powder,
Yep.
some cumin,
Cumin.
and then because I wasn't really sure if the missus were going to try it, but in the fact that they did, I couldn't really spice it up too much. Another common thing was like some cayenne for a little bit of kick. I
Yes.
did throw just I don't even know. My wife could taste it, but I think if it was a mile away, she could smell it or taste it.
She's got like a radar for
spicy food.
hotness. Yeah.
So with that, I'm like, okay, we're another one had like sriracha in it. So we're just stay away from it. We're gonna go real light. Honestly, I was just adding garlic powder and the cumin. There was less cumin than garlic powder.
Is it true? I think I seen this on social media. Is it true that sriracha is hard to find nowadays?
I've heard that also, but that happened like a year or two ago. Also, like some shortage of something, and then there was like a sriracha. But now you have like a guy at work today. He had a bottle. It was Tabasco, but it was a really weird bottle. I'm like, that's the weirdest. I said, what? They don't trust you with glass? This is this plastic bottle with like a
Is it
a mustard squeeze tip.
That's weird.
It
is
was
it off-brand like Aldi's.
No, it was Tabasco brand sriracha.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, they have their
try
own
it.
version. their
Yeah,
own
I should have tried it, but part of me is like, no, Tabasco is Tabasco, sriracha is sriracha.
Sure.
Ahoy!
Oh, wait.
So, I just add a little bit, mix it up, taste it. First mix, just tasted like sour cream.
Sour cream. Straight up sour cream.
Sour cream
I think
and
it's sour
lime.
cream and a hint of lime. I'm like,
Right.
okay.
Sour cream and lime.
You got to do a little bit more to this, man.
So add a little bit more and taste, and honestly, it's the best way to do it because everybody's flavor palette and what they like is going to be a little bit different. So
Right.
we get it to where it wasn't overpowering. It was still like a sour cream.
I think it was a nice, cool sauce to match the ingredients that were on there.
Yeah. You could get a little bit of the cumin, a little bit of the garlic, a little bit of freshness of that lime, but it was still I'm not a fan of sour cream, so it was actually a nice change of it because it actually became obviously with the lime in there. It was really pretty runny. You know, it definitely wasn't set up like a sour cream is, or even a mayonnaise.
Right.
So that was the sauce. Toppings, I decided. I've seen a lot of cabbage,
I've seen cabbage.
so I'm like, all right, looking around, like we're gonna go red cabbage. We're gonna get a red onion. That's also seemed to be kind of across the board. Was a onion, tomato. It's got aroma, tomato, a couple of aroma. One thing that I thought interesting, and it was only like one of them, maybe two, that I looked at was avocado.
You know, actually, I'm looking at you kind of like thinking out into the sunset here because I'm looking at the sunset behind you. My mind's watering, but I finally remembered where I had fish tacos for the first time, and I was up in Duluth, Minnesota.
Okay.
So
The fish
shout out,
capital
the
of
fish
the
capital
world.
of the North America.
I mean, you're almost to
You
Canada
think
right
you
there.
think of
aren't you?
fish tacos, you think of Duluth,
I mean,
Minnesota.
I think more in that area would be like lutefisk.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh yeah, look it up. It's like
It's like a
they like hang out these fish and they dry, and it's I don't know if that's fermented or what. You're gonna have to look it up. I remember seeing a show where they were going over.
Are you
it.
hinting at next week's episode or next episode?
No, I'm not doing lutefisk. No, that would be like that's crazy eats. Like, all right, we're gonna try lutefisk. We're gonna try the 100-year egg, and what's that?
Pig feet.
Pig feet, right? So yeah, onion, tomato. I got a jalapeno, the avocado, and I think that was it.
That was it.
That was it. I thought about because one actually had like corn. So like, do I get an ear of corn? Cut it off,
corn. You could have spent the money and gotten the the fresh from the deli area corn. You know, you can get like the cup.
Oh
of it.
yeah, where it's already like
It's
off
already
the
corn.
husk.
It's already so straight up cold corn. Yeah,
So
if you wanted to.
the other thought was some of them called for a slaw, which, well, Matt, you had a sauce, you had the fresh vegetables. What's the difference? Well, main thing for me was doing the slaw. Would have put that sauce in with our vegetables, mix it up, let it sit. Maybe not let it sit. Mix it up and then put it on it.
Right.
And to me, it's like, all right, we're doing with fish. We've already decided we want to go just a little seasoning on it, fresh vegetables, and then a sauce to kind of go. So my thought on it was where we weren't drowning it, right? You're going to get a bite that's going to have maybe no sauce on it or little. It's going to be a little inconsistent, but something to essentially is going to allow some other flavor to kind of come through in that bite.
Yeah.
Kind of keep it a little interesting.
Yeah, because it started to become like with everything that we had, it started to become a medley and like overpowering. I think of like what flavor is next. There's a lot of stuff going on there.
And I think a big issue we really have, especially trying our first time of like, okay, yes, you're right. We referenced a lot of different stuff, but when it came down to it, we picked and chose, which at times can work out fine. Other times, it can come bite you in the rear.
Yep.
I don't know what a fish taco should taste like.
We should go get some more fish tacos. Where's a good place to go get fish tacos?
I don't know. I mean, we should try it.
Probably on the river, downtown.
So yeah, oh yeah. I mean, there's other places.
I don't know. Like one of those up and coming the fancy places that sell fish tacos. I don't know.
So the fish itself.
Okay, send us an email.
Gmail.com.
Especially where do you go?
Obviously, go to California, be on the coast, go to Boston, right? Go Milwaukee area, because like I'm not gonna go traveling halfway unless you want to pay for us to go.
Speaking of fish and or things that don't belong, or like you wouldn't expect decent flavor out of them. I had sushi for the first time when I was in Arkansas. You tell me how many bodies of water are in or around Arkansas. Like I was deep in Arkansas. I'm not talking like southern Arkansas.
Yeah.
So
I mean, was it in a gas station?
It was not a gas station. I did not get food poisoning, but it was a place that somebody recommended. Like, yeah, they have really awesome sushi. I'm like, I don't know if I like sushi. I've never had it before.
Right. That's like middle. I suppose maybe you get it from
was
like
big
Louisiana or Texas. That's probably gonna be your closest coast.
Right.
Don't send hate mail if I'm wrong. I'm trying to picture it in my head. No map in front of me.
Greenbow,
And I really haven't had to know where each state is. So, I mean, that was cool back in fifth grade.
You ask me about the Midwest, I'll tell you where stuff is.
To an extent.
To an extent. But don't overcomplicate it.
Right. It's got to be like
I know where
bare bones.
I know where Schaumburg, Illinois
Schaumburg,
is.
Illinois is. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Shout out to Steve and Andy.
I don't think they listen. So they're again. we're going with the fish.
All right, listen to this episode about fish tacos, please, because we're talking about.
Wait, the last episode. That's when we talked about. I know we're sidetracking here. That's when we talked about your cookout at work.
Yeah.
So funny, hilarious story. So there ended up being a work event for Jamie, and I was able to go along, and we ran into the said person who made the rice and corn dish.
Yeah.
And he comes up and he starts talking about the episode. Like, oh, lumpia and all this. I was telling so-and-so.
First thing he says, you made lumpia?
And I'm
yeah,
like,
dude.
I'm just waiting. Like, where is it? Where is it coming? Then finally, after like a minute, it's like, okay, he didn't listen to it. He just heard that this is what we did.
He heard the high level stuff.
Yeah, I'm
me
like,
talking
oh,
about
dude,
it.
this is going to be weird, really weird. We knows we're like bashing on him.
Right. And he told me that somebody actually at work, their family has like this, I don't know, generations old lumpia recipe. I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's interesting. Wish I would have known that, but
yeah,
hindsight's 2020. The event you're talking about, the air show.
Yes.
The Blue Angels were there.
Yes.
Yep.
So that was a good time. Sorry to sidetrack it, but it was the same day it released, and we seen it. It's like,
Ooh.
awkward.
Yeah. Right.
Like I wasn't expecting to see him for
Fish
a while.
tacos.
But fish tacos. So then we have the cod itself, which we soaked a little bit
like that
longer.
redirect right back into
Boom, right back into it.
Right back into it.
Squirrel. Oh. So we soaked it a little bit just to try getting rid of any potential fishiness.
And unfortunately, again at the beginning, the onset of the episode, I said if it smells, it sells. Like not necessarily with fish. If fish smells, and you're like, oh, that smells fishy. I mean, typically that's older fish, right?
Well, we mentioned before, I took that cooking class, right? James Beard nominated chef.
Me, I took a cooking.
Oh, look at me! I'm so fancy.
World-class chef.
I'm so fancy.
La,
No,
la,
but,
la.
but one of the things I really took from it. So he goes, you go into you go into a store and you see a full fish, right? That's gonna be your freshest. Well,
Yeah.
after a few days, the ice starts sinking in. Now you're not going to buy it, right? So then that's when they cut it up and sell you the fresh fillets.
Yes.
Because now you can't tell. And then after a few days after that, when that's not looking good, then they marinate it and it's a grill pack.
So what you're telling me is never buy the marinated fish.
Never buy the marinated
Pre-marinated
fish.
fish from
Correct.
your grocery store.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, unless I seen them chop the head off.
Unless you don't care about where your food comes from or
Right.
its age. Okay.
So that's what I was told, and that kind of stuck with me
Oh,
because
that's
it's like
a
you
good tip.
see it. I mean,
That's
it's
a
like
good tip.
think of even meats, right?
So-
Chicken and pork or the pre-marinated
marinated
steak.
stuff, yeah.
It's like it's because that stuff was starting
It's
to look kind of gray.
Oh man,
and-
what are we gonna do with this? Hey,
Yep.
throw it in marinade.
Hey, we've passed the sell-by date. What do? Throw it in a marinade.
But I don't have a marinade. Well, we got this old marinade over here.
Yeah, because it's gonna cover the smell.
Right.
So, so for the fish itself, we used it was pretty basic. We used I want to say it was about a quarter to half teaspoon of black pepper, a teaspoon of salt.
Yes.
We added ended up being a half teaspoon of cayenne.
Yes.
And I might have been a little bit shy on that. Wow, why am I going to forget it?
Cumin.
Cumin. Yeah. So I don't know. That was quarter to a half, kind of mixed it up. It had some kick to it.
It had a small bite. Yeah.
Small bite.
Yep.
Us not being the fish aficionados, it's time to season it.
Aficionados. Didn't.
So I shouldn't say lightly, but I more wanted that color all the way across the piece of fish, but not murder it. Like if I'm doing a pulled pork or something, that's a big hunk of meat. I'm going to slap it. That's going to be covered, dried, covered again. Then we how did we grill it? You said you did the grilling part.
All right. So I'm a basic person. I have the Weber app and whatever. Don't talk trash. Don't be nice. I reference it from time to time, and I looked at it. I'm like, how do I cook a fish, a raw cut of fish? And indirect medium heat, 350, 400 degrees, 20 minutes. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. So I did my baskets on the outset, left and right side, threw the fish fillets down the middle. Pre-season, with what you just said.
Right.
Let them sit for 20 minutes, almost exactly, and boom, they were above temp. They were higher than temp.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
What were we running for temperature, though?
We were about 350, 375.
So I would have thought we would have been a little closer to that 20-minute mark, but it still was flaky.
Yeah, the fillets were about what, 3/4 to a half inch.
Well, that's the problem. So
I mean, 3/4 to an inch.
I don't know fish all that well, but normally, like, these were really weird. Like, I was like, it was in the case. You couldn't really see it because they're kind of stacked. So I was like, yeah, give me like two fillets of.
Just say, give me your best fish.
And he picks it out, and it's like looks like that normal tail section kind of goes bigger as you go up the body, and then there's this weird like arm, that goes straight. It's like, that's weird,
right?
It wasn't that nice fat cut, like you'd think of taking a fish, setting it outside, and just remove the scales and guts. There it is, cut it in half.
Yeah.
This was much different. So yeah, we dealt with. It's probably a good half inch.
Yep.
And
half inch or more.
Yeah,
at least. But yeah, 20 minutes and it was done. So it was quick.
Yeah, and it was over on temp, but it was still. I mean, we kind of just at that point brought it inside, kind of shredded it.
Yep.
And
that was
for these
easy.
little tacos. Still moist. You could still see a lot of moisture in it. Flaking. It was flaking apart. So even though it was a little bit overcooked, it didn't die on us.
Didn't die. We didn't kill it.
So then we just we had the assembly line, right?
Yep.
I didn't mix a lot of stuff together because if somebody didn't want this,
so what goes first on your taco?
I did the fish.
You did the fish first.
Yeah.
And normally I do like you'd normally do like what, like a sour cream or some sort of like liquid, maybe an avocado spread or something first.
Yeah, I guess if I had a spread like that, like let's say it was like
if you're doing like regular tacos, like quick tacos.
I slap it on the top.
Slap it on top.
I guess if I had like some guacamole and I'm soft shell tacos, then maybe I would just to get that coverage how I want.
Sure.
But yeah, I just kind of threw the vegetables on.
Fish, vegetables, and then
sauce.
The sauce. What's that sauce called? Like a crema.
Yeah.
And then don't forget the cheese.
Cheese, which I forgot at first. We used a cojito.
Yep, cojito.
And honestly, after discovering taco truck some years ago, like I make a taco, I really don't put tomato on it. It's cilantro, right? Which that was the other thing we had, and onion. Yep. There it is. And whatever the little lime they have on it, and that's a taco. I don't need lettuce on it.
Red onion.
Red onion.
Right. That's what you used.
We used red onion. Yep. Fresh. Nothing was cooked for that. So there it was. Everyone kind of pieced their tacos together, and then we dug in.
Overall, what would you rate it out of 10?
Well, it's tough because
nope. Give me a number, and then you tell me.
I'll give it a 7.
7 out of 10.
I'll give it a 7.
As it stands, you gave it a 7. I think I agree with you with that 7. Improvements could have been made, and go on and tell me why.
So get into it, right? And I kind of made the two. I made a couple initially, and I did a little different. I had fresh jalapenos. I put on one. Didn't do the other. Forgot about the cheese. Went back, crumpled up a little cheese. Put on the one with the jalapenos. The fish. It could be because of the little tortillas we had. The fish almost gets lost.
It does. There was so many toppings on there that the fish did get lost.
And
I was worried about the fish being too fishy because when you took it out of the wrapper, it had a fish smell to it. I'm like, this smells like old fish.
Right.
And I was really worried about the fact that you got like some bad fish.
And that's why we soaked it to try cleaning it up.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing with the catfish, like if you've seen the vein and it's like red, it's like soak it and it'll help clean out all that blood or whatever it is that's in there. So, and I didn't it was a little overstuffed for this little guy it was, but I'd say the ratio is probably pretty decent.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I think the killer was the shells. If we had like maybe the next size up shells,
Yeah.
with all that stuff on there, we could have done it proper and have that better ratio.
But the fish itself, when you did get it, there again, it could have been the ratio, how I ended up folding it. The fish was not fishy tasting.
No.
You did get the bite, a little bit of the bite from the
From the cayenne and a
from the-
little bit of that cumin.
Yeah, from when we seasoned it, but it didn't overpower it.
No.
And maybe cod is a milder fish,
It is.
so that could be it. But I mean, we used red cabbage. You got the bite of that, the crema, the nice flavor to it. I think everything came together well. The creaminess from the avocado. I mean, it was pretty decent. Did it change my world? No.
No. Would you do it again?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've realized some things we'd
Outs-
probably try stuff different.
Outside of doing like an episode like we're doing right now, would you buy them from a food truck?
I would. Yeah, no, I'm kind of curious. Oh, like if the ones we just made?
Yeah, sure.
Well, probably once.
Or if you're at a restaurant,
know,
or you know what I mean.
No, I don't. I wouldn't say.
You're in Arkansas right now. Picture
Arkansas
yourself.
right
You're in
now.
Arkansas. You're in Little Rock. You're like, I want some.
It
fish
is
tacos.
refining. It needs to be done.
Okay.
You know, it wasn't bad. I think we're both surprised at what we dealt with. But for a couple of Shade Tree chefs, as we are, of just saying, "Hey, let's just wing it and come up with something," it was decent.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't hate it. It was good. It's like, all right, you know what? This is. It was. I guess the best way of putting it. This is something I could build off of.
You sounded very negative. I liked it. I think it was really good. Improvements could be made, much like any of the recipes we've ever done.
Right.
So
No, it was good. I'm glad we did it. You know, it's one of those things. Fish, I've eaten it certain ways, and even our wives were like, "Oh, we're not eating that fish tacos." So, and we did one with just some salt, pepper, and paprika for the seasoning on it,
one of the fillets.
and then
Yeah.
I don't. Your wife really didn't like it.
She didn't like it, but yeah.
Mine did, although she could taste a couple speckles of cayenne in the crema.
Speckled trout.
But yeah, it was fun. I'm glad we did it. I'd do it again. Just
Fish
build on
tacos.
it.
Do it. Easily done at home. Easily done. I'm sure you could easily do it inside your house.
Yeah.
You know.
I guess the best thing to put it though, it wouldn't be like you eat these, you wouldn't think you're down in Mexico. You know,
No.
it's not
You're-
a Mexican dish. This is like I can't even say Texas. This is like a California.
This is California. This is Baja.
Baja. Yeah.
Yeah, you're.
I mean,
Yeah.
other things that actually here's another good point. Another thing I seen people were saying like a mango salsa on it. People were saying salsas or not chimichurris, but yeah, like a salsa on it. So
Speaking of mango, pull that
boom
can
right.
out of your koozie.
So
right
then
now.
I'm looking. I'm like, you know what? We're gonna drink pair with this bad boy. And so I go to the beer section, and at first I'm thinking, you know, a Mexican style lager or something like that. And I come across a mango wheat ale from Golden Road Brewing.
Golden Road Brewing is out of, was it Colorado? or-
Let me see here. Well, it says here Los Angeles and St. Louis.
Well,
So I'm gonna guess ours came from St. Louis, but you never know.
let's say it's from Los Angeles, from Beach City, USA,
Yeah.
where fish tacos are.
This is why they brewed this.
This is, yes, perfect pairing.
I thought it was good pairing.
I thought it was really good. I think it was very mango-y.
Yeah, it's
Very.
I'm not
it-
gonna.
But it wasn't too fruity. It wasn't like a seltzer beer or like a
No, you do
sour
get,
beer.
You do get the mango in it. Is it like drinking mango juice? No, but it's hints in
Let
there.
me see the can, please.
There you go. But yeah, it brings that little flavor. I thought it complemented it well, especially with all I'd seen about, you know, like a mango salsa on it. So it's like, we're not putting mango on it. Let's have our beverage have a little mango
All right,
flavor.
let me paint the picture here. So the artwork on this can, there's a food truck or a food stand here of a guy selling fish tacos.
And
if
you know what?
look, if you squint, that's what I
That's
see.
definitely
That's
fish
definitely
tacos.
fish tacos.
And I didn't even notice that
Like,
because it
that's-
was like a 6-pack.
All right,
you
the
know.
actual name of the beer is, would you say Golden Road Brewing Mango Cart, Mango Wheat Ale. Yeah, no, good beer, good fish tacos. I recommend. I do some changes. You said tilapia was another fish of choice that we could have
Yeah,
done.
one other that was brought up while I was at the store was shrimp. But I said,
Shrimp,
"Whoa,
yeah,
whoa!" I said, "I haven't I didn't do any
Shrimp tacos.
I didn't do any research on this.
Yeah.
What goes well with cod might not go well with shrimp.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Well,
Throw some shrimp on the barbie
maybe next time.
next time.
Speaking of next time,
Speaking of next time.
I'm Matt. Oh wait, no, we don't want to do it that way. Check us
No.
out on our social medias.
How they gonna know where we are?
Man.
We're on the Facebooks.
We're on the Facebooks, the Instagrams. We're not on X.
We're not on X. We're on Threads.
Threads. I have yet to log on to that.
Yeah, we're on Threads.
Do we have any followers? We are horrible.
Follow us on the Threads. It's really hopping there.
We have been very bad. It's been a busy summer.
Summer is hard,
you know what?
man. Summer
Actually,
is super hard.
Last episode, we have video for it. It's still on my phone. I've yet to
Well,
put
that's
it
a
onto
good-
my computer.
That's a good place for it.
Yeah, so that video is still coming from last week or last episode. I didn't forget about it.
If you even
But
care anymore, yeah, let us know.
I honestly, I'm forgetting even what. Oh, that was Lumpia. Yeah,
It was the sea bass that we did.
no, it wasn't Seabass.
Oh, yeah, we never did
Lumpia.
sea bass.
So we have a website.
ShadeTreeChefs.com.
You can send us an
Alright.
email,
Cool.
whatever.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much for listening. I am Jamie,
And I am Matt.
and we are
Shade Tree Chefs.